This is the first stream ever, I guess. I've spent this last week kind of reflecting on stuff. This is this is technically my third Twitch channel where I'm going live and stuff and trying to, make it. Go back to the start. The start was like January 2025, I believe, and around then I created an account, and the name is something that's for the history books to go back and look at. So, and that one I streamed a bit on. It was like maybe once a week, but I don't know if it was because the bots were more rampant or Siege was just better. But I was basically just streaming Siege for like a month, Rainbow Six Siege, and I got affiliate in like a month on that account. That was crazy. I was super inconsistent for like a year, and just kind of never really put any effort into it. Eventually, I was just like, this isn't really the identity I want. This ain't it. And so I created a new account, January 2026. That one I didn't do anything on until February. And then in February, like February 19th or something, I don't remember. I did my first stream there, and then I became super consistent there. My plan was kind of just to get like 300 streams in, to see if I could do 300 streams in the year. And I was really consistent for like 2 months. Even though I had to go on a vacation, I was still like doing a little stream on vacation, and it was interesting. And that account I kept for up until yesterday. And that account I had like an account on X, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I put a lot of effort into like my identity. I bought $50 worth of 1,000 stickers for like my logo, and then a QR code to take it to my Twitch page. I put a lot of fucking effort in, a lot of time, a good amount of money. I posted like 110 probably like short form content. I posted like 2 long form videos, or not long form. I did one that was like a tier list. It was like 5 minutes, and then one that was like my first stream. Those were my 2 big videos on my channel. And then I just did like a lot of short stuff, and I was just trying to figure it out. And then I slowly became a little more inconsistent, but every now and then I got like a little burst, and became consistent again after dropping off. And then like a week ago, I got back to it. I like took some quick little breaks, and then I got back to it, and I posted some stuff. And then that day I'm just kind of looking through, just going like scrolling my Instagram and my TikTok for that account, because I need to show that I'm not a bot and that I'm actually like a real person using those accounts. So I have to interact with my feed. And while I'm doing that, I'm just getting like small streamers like me. And then I'm kind of looking at their pages, and I'm seeing like they have like 6 posts. Every post has like thousands and thousands, even 1 million views. They have like thousands of followers, and it kind of got to me. I had this comparison in my mind. I compared myself to someone else in a similar position without actually knowing, the reality of the position that they're in. I don't know if they posted 300 and then just deleted all the ones that did bad. I don't know if they like bought those views and stuff like that. I don't know the authenticity of those accounts, but I also don't know the effort they put in. So I only realized that now, and after I had that little comparison, I kind of just had this intense and severe lack of ambition and will and effort. And so it's just a combination of a couple different things that just got me thinking. I'm leaving behind that kind of area, that previous account, and so now I'm on my 3rd try. This one, a big part of why I wanted to do this as well, is because the first one had the title, the name, which I have a weird thing for like titles and names and like what they mean and how like integral they are or something. I don't know. The one thing that does make sense for me is the name that I was given by my mother, which is Maximus. It's a little weird, but I kind of thought about it more like Ludwig. His whole identity is tied to, he's just known as Ludwig, which is just his name. I want to be in that boat. I want to be recognized by the title and the word given by my mother that represents me in the purest way, in the most full way. It makes sense to me. And I want to fulfill the identity that that name gives me, or is supposed to give me. It definitely sucks to abandon everything that I've already done, all the effort I already put in. But the way I'm more looking at it is, it was kind of just my test run. It's just like what to see, like what I need to do. And now I have much more like knowledge and understanding of how I can be more efficient and better. So I have that. I have knowledge. I have experience. I have understanding that I didn't have before. And so for that, I'm just, for the most part right now, I'm just thankful. I'm kind of starting off the same way as I did that account, where I'm just doing this little yapathon. And this first 10 minutes is kind of just to brief what I've gone through in order to get to where I'm at now. And I hope that I can look back on this video and what I'm saying now and understand that I was able to achieve the vision that I have had for years now. And I was able to achieve that through my will. My goal is kind of just to stream every day. Because when it gets to the point where doing a stream or streaming, it feels kind of like a chore. If it doesn't feel like I want to do this right now, then I shouldn't have the right to do it, you know, full time. So yeah, it definitely sucks, like leaving behind all that progress I've already made. But I did just check like today or yesterday after not looking for a weekend. I didn't actually get affiliate. I got the 25 followers, but that was after, once I got that, I dropped on one of the other requirements, which was like average 3 viewers for 4 days within 30 days or some shit. So that is annoying, but you know, all the more reason to pursue this. All I know is that the things that matter most for me in being able to achieve what I want to is consistency, authenticity, and passion. I want to work on being someone who's more entertaining, because I think I'm all right. I think I'm a bad social person. Obviously, I'm just horrible at talking to people and making friends, and I'm just not very interesting. And so I want to, you know, work on being a little more interesting, I guess, because that's just kind of important to me. The whole reason I want to do this streaming shit and content creation and, you know, being in front of a camera for entertaining people is developing community and a platform for which I can talk to people who appreciate me and I appreciate them, and I want to have, you know, like inside jokes and history and, you know, culture. Another reason is to, you know, help my family become financially stable and, you know, protected, because that's just something that's never really existed in any of our lives, is like stability or like comfort. I want to retire my mom. I want to help her be able to live the best life she can, because, you know, since she was a kid, all she's done is like help others and work, and I want to do what I can to repay what she's done for me. And the same with my sister. I just want to give her the opportunity to have go down any path she wants. And the same thing with my brother. I want to be able to have the resources to help him find what he needs. I don't know. My family is just super important to me. So those are some big reasons. Another one is I like the Twitch community. I can't remember though. But you know, now my biggest inspirations are, you know, Ludwig, the biggest being Germa, which is pretty funny. XQC, somewhat. There's a good amount of people. I like Liam streams. I like Slime from the Yard. I watch his streams like a lot. I watch every German stream I can because he's retired. Who knows when he'll do his last? But I want to meet Germa someday. That's a big grand goal of mine. I want to be on the Yard also before that ends. So that's another huge grand goal of mine. Which is, it's all like lame. It's all corny and cringy, but that's these are my ambitions, and it is what it is. This is just what I want, and I'm gonna get there. My issue is I don't have any discipline or consistency or realistic like willpower to overcome like my own procrastination and lack of effort for things. So that's one thing, but that's the point of being consistent and forcing myself to be consistent is so that I can do that. My plan is 1 year from now, June 11th, 2026, I want to leave my home state of Colorado and I want to go to somewhere else. Some probably like a big city, I'm imagining, to have more opportunity for like building connections and meeting new people, and also just like being a more young, active area that has like noise. I can't fucking bear the silence. I get home from work at like 11 p.m. and I'm standing outside and it's just like there's not even fucking crickets, man. I can't hear anything. I hate it. I really just I can't do it. See what this sounds like. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, I think I can just download the VOD, but let's start recording here just in case. Fuck. Okay, well, that's annoying. I forgot to record the whole thing. I'm kind of drinking right now. That is dry. Oh my god. But yeah, right now I just work at a gas station where I live. And I sought out this job because it's kind of private and I can, jerk off most of the time. That's not really, I can just like go on my computer, go on my phone, stuff like that. Because it's just me on shift most of the time. I've been doing that since like September, so a good like 9 months now. I don't like that. That's bad. That's bad. I don't like that. I really want to work at a library. I have like this little pixel like right there. And it's on the camera. I guess it has to be, right? Whoa, that changed all the lighting. What the fuck? That's crazy. Wait. See, the pixel's still there. Huh. I'm hoping maybe I can move to like SoCal, like San Diego or Los Angeles. I think that'd be interesting. And I need the pressure. I need the pressure. I need the necessity to, evolve and make myself something more than I am. And so that's something. And San Diego seems nice. It's got good weather. The main issue with those two places is just they're in California, and for someone, if I'm like a small streamer and I'm trying to make as much money as I can to sustain what I'm doing, high taxes would hurt. So yeah, I'm not too sure. For my streams, I want to be a variety streamer. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. I want to have that kind of freedom. I don't want to be the FPS guy, which is kind of what I am. Which is another big reason I want to stream is because it gives me the opportunity to play these games that I have, because I have like 100 games that I just haven't played yet that are all like not FPS games and stuff. And on my last channel, I was like working through Undertale, which is a very cool game. And who knows if I'll ever beat that now. I think my first stream where I'm playing a game is going to be TF2, because that's the first game that I really ever played. Sorta. But that's like the first computer FPS game that I ever played. I would say it's the game that created who I am in terms of gaming, and so I think it's only right to pay homage. Terraria, I love. I have a shit ton of time on that game. Stardew as well. My big games are Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Apex, Deadlock. I'm playing a lot the past couple months. Valorant I used to play, not too much, but you know, enough. Siege I have a lot of time on, Rainbow Six Siege. Minecraft obviously. I'm, you know, Gen Z. The FNAF games back in the day. Oh, I'm getting into fighting games for the past couple months. I got a Switch 2 so that I could get Smash. Because I want to put in a ton of effort and time into that game so that I can beat the shit out of my friend who's always been good at fighting games, and I've never really played them in my life before. And Street Fighter I'm really into. Well, I'm not really into right now. I was really into, and I'm trying to get back into again because it's very cool. I like it. Oh, I like fighting games. They're cool. Yeah, I have a lot of games I want to play. I think I'm gonna play Cyberpunk soon too, because that game seems cool. Inspirations I already went through a little bit. Jerma, Ludwig, those are like some of the biggest. PewDiePie was my big YouTuber for, you know, my whole upbringing. Muselk also, if you know, you know. Vanoss also just a heavy hitter, one of the biggest. ACU, I love ACU. Daily Dose of Internet. I've been watching him since he had like 1,000 subscribers. I DM'd him when he got to 1 million, congratulating him and saying happy birthday to him or some shit, and he responded, and that was cool. Fits and Misfits I used to watch a lot, but you know, obviously they stopped. Offline TV, they were cool for a while. RDC, Swagger, Video Game Donkey, that's a big inspiration of mine. I love his content. I think it's very unique, and he's just good at what he does, so I like his shit a lot. But yeah, I have a good amount of inspirations. I would say like PewDiePie, Vanoss, Ludwig Jerma. Those are my big ones. I like David Bowie a lot, Anthony Bourdain, Nujabes. I'll get into music later. We'll go to movies. I'm a big movie fan. I'm trying to watch more movies. The first movie that really like had a big effect on me was Good Will Hunting, I think, which is still like, you know, maybe top 3 movie for me. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's just an unbelievable movie. And I know a lot about it, and it's just that movie changed my perspective on a lot of things. Interstellar also changed my mind, my mentality a while ago. It made me understand kind of like what movies can be. But that's kind of every Christopher Nolan movies. The Dark Knight movies I watched a lot as a kid. Superheroes was like a huge thing for me as a kid. I just loved mostly Marvel, but you know, also just Batman and Superman and Justice League and whatnot. Green Lantern, The Flash. Right now I'm reading all the Absolute comics. I was just reading Absolute Batman for a while, and then I binged Absolute Superman a few days ago, and then Absolute Evil, which was just one shot, and then I'm gonna read Absolute Martian Manhunter soon, and those are all amazing, like genuinely. I like Wolverine a lot. I don't know. I like superheroes. I'm a big CS Counter-Strike kick recently, which I've played for years. And recently I just like grinded Premier. I got to 15k after like 60 games, which isn't too bad, honestly, because I was seeing people when I was in like 11k, which was horrible when I dropped all the way down there. I had like a day where I lost like 7 and I was in like 11k rating, and there were people there who had 300 wins and like a 50% win rate or like a 48% win rate, which means they played like 600 or 700 games. And that's insane to me. I got a big head, pretty short, don't have a lot of like actual friends and shit. I had a girlfriend of like 2 years. We broke up like a month ago. It was just kind of, it was a whole situation. I don't need to get into it. Literally doesn't matter. My boy Calvin, that's like my best friend. He's chill. I'm hoping, you know, he'll, you know, feel some inspiration when I decide that I'm getting out of here to also go with, because I can't live here anymore, and that's like, you know, my main guy. I want to, and ideally I would want him to be like, you know, also a streamer or a content creator. That'd be like, you know, ideal circumstances, but I don't know if that's what he wants to do at all. But he does like editing, so maybe he could do something like that with me. What is going on? Hello? Okay, it's good now. What the fuck? Is it good? I think it can hear me. Okay. In like January, my family became aware that we were getting like, we were getting a forceful exit from our apartment that we were living in for like 4 years. That was like, you know, subsidized because we were poor, and so that sucked. And that was because my mom, like, you know, started making like $2,000 more a year or some shit, and so we left like that little bracket, I guess. I don't really know. Luckily they got a good situation where so they're renting out like a house in way south Colorado. Um Not like south, but like south from where I am, because I'm in like North Colorado. I decided I didn't want to go down there because I have a job here, and I moved in with my friend and his family that I've known for a long time. I'm pretty close with, so I've been living here for a while. I live in this little basement. I got a sign, lamp, this little perforation wall, a little stand. That's my closet right there. Wait, can you see that? That's my closet right there. Got my shelves, some books. Whoa. Some books, vinyls, supplements. Right up there, you can see 2 Tokyo Ghoul box sets. Been reading through those. Got posters, bed. Looks way darker down here than it actually is. So I mean, I'm not in a bad situation. That's my room. That's mostly for nostalgic purposes when I look back on this later, down the line. I'm a big Spurs fan. Even though I'm from Colorado, that's just like my team that I've just loved for their culture, their history, their people. And they're in the finals right now. They just went down 3-1, and that fucking blows because it was I can't even talk about it. If you're looking at this from the future, go look up Game 4, 2026 Finals, Spurs Knicks, and try to understand it from a Spurs fan perspective, because it is just fucked. Hate Trump. Don't like ice. Free Palestine. I love food. So this is just kind of my third try, my third start, and I'm pretty excited. I'm trying to be as what's up? Oh, sorry, I'm spacing out. Happens. How are you here? How I don't want to be. I don't mean to be rude. Sorry, I'm just. It's crazy to me that you're chatting right now, because like I don't know. I made this account yesterday. I'm just streaming now. It's crazy. This is a platform where people watch other. Yeah, okay, that's fair. The platform where people watch other people stream. That is fair, and that is my goal. That's the purpose. I appreciate you being here. It's just funny to me because I've had 2 other accounts where I streamed a lot, and I would have like 2.5, 3 hour streams where I literally get 0 chatters that aren't just straight bots. Actually, most streams I've ever done, I never have a real person. But I don't know. That's the game. I understand it. It's crazy that you're here. It's like it's just funny to me. You got a cool name too. No ability. Purple noob, dude. You got cool badges. I don't got no badges on no accounts. No accounts. Ooh, that's tough. What brings you in? If I may ask. How'd you? I don't know. That's crazy. I love One Piece. I've read One Piece for years now. Just read it weekly. Greatest story ever. Straw Hat on my wall, right there. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul, JoJo's. I want to read Dragon Ball. One Piece. I'm a big music fan. I love shoegaze, and I listen to a lot of Japanese music, mostly like Japanese rock, alt rock, Japanese shoegaze, Japanese instrumentals, Japanese rap. Well, for when I don't read them out, fairs. Understandable. I never learned either. Nujabes, that's my goat. David Bowie was my goat for a while. Donny Hathaway, I like a lot. I like a lot. What sort of interest do you have? No ability. What streamers do you like? Me personally, I'm a big Germa fan. That's kind of the big reason I'm here. But I love Ludwig, and SQC is kind of cool. I don't really watch any small. I don't watch big streamers. Fair. I knew a guy who didn't really watch big streamers. I like to skateboard and cook. Hell yeah. What do you like to cook? I like to cook too. I just got back into it. I made a oyakadon today, this morning, which is the first time I've cooked in a while. My sister also loves to skateboard, so that's cool. What do you like to cook though? Because I don't skateboard, so I would like to hear what you like to cook. Um, chicken. Oh, dude, chicken parm is so good. Nachos, dude. I used to make so much nachos back in the day. Mostly just like I would throw the tortilla chips and then the Mexican style 3 cheese blend shredded cheese, and then like jalapenos if I had them, beans if I had them, and then ground beef if I had it, or chicken if I had it. But most of the time it's just tortilla and beans. Yeah, bro, it's nachos. You throw beans on there, pinto beans, black beans. You don't do that. You never had beans with nachos. What you mean? Surely you had nachos with beans, right? You hate beans. That's crazy. I'm not like a bean lover, but that's crazy if you say I hate beans. How? There's so many beans. And they're also just so good for you. And they taste good. Black beans don't taste that good, but I like them. Yuck. What's your favorite food? If you don't like beans, what's your favorite food? Your favorite food is nachos? That's fair. Nachos are goated. I fucking love nachos. Nobility, I really appreciate you showing up. It's inspiring to me. Like, it inspires me. It's also inspiring to me. I do also love sushi. Yeah, I think my favorite food is a type of sushi which is called taro. I don't know. Toro. I think it's toro. But it's like fatty tuna belly. I've had it one time and it changed my life. It was genuinely like just the best shit I've ever had. Ugh, so good. Let me pull up my Spotify real quick. I have a lot of. What's your favorite color and why is it purple? It is definitely not purple. I'll tell you that much. My favorite color is dark red, like a maroon, perhaps. Or actually, I'll show you. Bang. That's not really it though. It's like kind of like that though. But I've been really into yellow recently. I'm a big yellow guy. My top 3 are dark red, yellow, and brown. I like all those. I just love those colors. LeBron is my greatest of all time. Purple, yellow, and orange. Those are good colors. I had a thought recently, like a week ago, that every color is kind of just like goated. It's not really a bad color. Yeah, just not really a bad color. I don't know. If there is color, it's good. My top 10 greatest basketball players of all time. I might need to update this, but I got LeBron, MJ, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell. Definitely need Bill Russell at top 4. Bill Russell, Magic, Shaq, Bird, Wilt, Hakeem. So I want to keep having conversation, but I'm also trying to prepare and stuff. Yeah, I like manga a lot. I have like 100 mangas on a list that I want to read. What's your favorite music, Nobility? Do you like music? Susumu Hirasawa, Death Brain, Cruffin Bedroom, Kino A64. 17 years old and Berlin. That is niche ball ref. If you know, you know. Ichiko Aoba, Symbols. Postmodern Hippie, very good. Hasiona Osa, forgot. TRPP, if you know, you know. Carsick Cars, if you know, you know. Shishamo Unchained. Chinese Cigarettes, very good. They have limited catalog, very good. Air Formation, probably the most underrated and like on average amazing music I've ever heard. Air Formation is so good. Lil B, Bass God, you know. Plastic Tree, obviously. Belinda Butchers, Yvette Young, Picture of Her, Poor Man's Rose, Moon and June, Radwimps, Chestnut Bakery, Sugar Plant, Asian Glow, Sugar Plant, I love Sugar Plant. Danny Brown is goated, John Coltrane, obviously. Roly Poly Ragbear, if you know, you know. Pasteboard. I kind of regret saying that because that is like that's one of the most personal bands I listen to because they have one album and it just like fuck. Yeah, I don't even. Oh, whoa! I just breathed deep into my bad. Oh, I think I'm talking really loud since I'm leaning close to the mic. Goji Sanpun, Seaweed Mustache, that's niche. Toe. They're mostly an instrumental band. They also, holy fuck, Polaris. They're a Japanese duo. They make kind of funky music. They're also just like on average just amazing. Fog Park is good. Advantage Lucy is really good. Bet Cover, amazing. Jill Scott, I love Jill Scott. She's amazing. Slow Dive, Slow Dive. Massive Fermenting Dregs, obviously. Lush, Air, Plastic Girl in Closet, Freddie Gibbs. I saw Freddie Gibbs, The Alchemist, and Denzel Curry and Earl Sweatshirt all in concert all at once on Halloween this year. That was crazy. Lamp. I saw them in concert. That's the best concert I've ever seen, and I've been to a good amount. Not really a good amount. I've seen I saw Queen in person. Obviously Freddie Mercury wasn't there, but it was a good front singer. Journey, Def Leppard. I saw them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to get as much into music as I can. Plastic Girl in Closet, also very good. Tokyo Shoegazer, very, very good. Lamp, Kinoko Tekoku, they're amazing. Stereo Girl, Mike is very good, lyrical rap. I want to get back into rap. I haven't seen a lot. Cibo Mato, I forget. Yes, Vince Staples is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Shing O2, the voice of Nujabes, as I like to say. This band, I always forget how to pronounce them. I've been following them for years now. They haven't made anything in that time, but they're good. Paranol, this one, one of the best albums of all time. In To See the Next Part of a Dream, and I genuinely one of the best albums of all time. Daft Punk, obviously. Alchemist, obviously. My Bloody Valentine, who Loveless is still not on Spotify. But I found my favorite song of theirs, Sometimes. I found that they posted it as a single from the Lost in Translation soundtrack. Miles Davis. The late, great Miles Davis. Outkast, obviously. Nigo. Earl Sweatshirt, I used to listen to a lot more. Nas. I'm just naming these so that years down the line people can't call me like a LARPer. Velvet Underground, obviously. Flying Lotus, The Smile, M83, Panchico, classic. Uyama Hiroto, one of the greats. Stereolab, Cortex, Pharaoh Sanders, sorry. Jay Dilla, also one of the greats. Midair Thief, also, if you know, you know. Amazing instrumentals, very unique. Radiohead, I'm a Chud. Masayoshi Takanaka, one of the greats. I really wish I could have seen him in concert when he was in America, but fortunately, I'm broke. Cassiopeia, also amazing. Travis Scott, his fan base is pretty chopped, but I do think he is pretty talented. Elliott Smith, one of the greats. Fishmans, maybe my favorite band of all time. They have, to me, also maybe the best album of all time, personally. In Long Season, that shit makes me cry every time for 20 minutes. Technically it's one song, but I think that's just because they recorded the whole session and it was just a live session. It's just good. Donny Hathaway, also one of the best albums of all time in a Donny Hathaway collection. That one's amazing. Someday We'll All Be Free, one of my favorite songs ever. The song's amazing. Nujabes, my personal goat. He has my favorite song of all time, and 3 of my top 10 albums of all time are from him. Rest in peace, the GOAT. I love Nujabes. Denzel Curry, very good. Amy Winehouse, also amazing. B.B. King, haven't listened to in a while. Aretha Franklin, amazing. Lil Wayne, used to listen to a lot of Lil Wayne. Pixies, also really good. Ryuichi Sakamoto, one of the first artists I ever listened to on Spotify. Stevie Wonder, obviously. Marvin Gaye, one of my favorites. He has Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, incredible. Nirvana, I used to listen to a lot back in the day. Prince is one of my goats. Kanye, but that's, Kanye. He just makes good shit. Kendrick, I used to listen to a lot. Not much after the beef. Kind of became corny. Jeff Buckley, the late great. Mac Miller, I used to listen to a lot. Kid Cudi, I used to listen to a lot. Elvis, I used to listen to a lot. Pink Floyd, also amazing. Every album they've ever made is just pretty much flawless. Josh Gambino, I used to listen to. David Bowie, Queen, Hendrix, Fleetwood Mac. Boards of Canada. Very, very, very loud. But I'm just trying to diversify. So this is just gonna be my first stream, my first VOD. But yeah, I'm excited to start this shit up again. But I want to stick to it. I want to be known for my name, and I want to have a community. Thank you so much for coming. I really like talking to you. It was very fun, and I look forward to you being other streams of mine and talking. It was great. Thank you. And I'm very ambitious and I'm very excited. So I don't know, but I'll see you later. That's gonna be number one. Okay, I'm adding this in after. This is like a few days after that stream, but I just wanted to catch up on some things I didn't really say. Yeah, basically, so I'm gonna start a routine and try to stream every night, and then the next morning I'm gonna cut it down, try to create a video for my main channel, and then I'm gonna have a VOD channel where I'm just gonna create the entire backlog and history of every single stream I've ever done. And so this is going to be the first one that goes on my main channel, but then the full thing is going to be available on my VOD channel, which I'll have like somewhere. I'll link at the end maybe. Yeah, my goal, I would like to get affiliate within like a month ideally. And I think if I'm streaming really consistently for like 2 hours every day, and then also, uploading and stuff like that, I think I'll be able to do it. Favorite movies, subject to change: Good Will Hunting, Gladiator, Shawshank Redemption, Ponyo, Surf's Up, Django Unchained, 12 Angry Men, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, Cure, and then my like honorable mentions is like Fight Club, Silent Voice, Titanic, Breakfast Club, Arrival. A lot of those are kind of I would not have on there now. High and Low, Kira Kurosawa. I'd probably have that in there. Yeah, that's the movies. Top 10 songs, subject to change. Lovesick Part 3, that's my GOAT. It's my favorite song. Someday We'll All Be Free. Let Down by Radiohead. Love by Kid Cudi. Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst, Kendrick Lamar. Heroes, David Bowie. Streetlights, Kanye West. Hey Mama, Kanye West. White Ceiling, Paranol. Shoegazer. Shoegazer by fucking Pasteboard, who is like the nichest of niche ball knowledge for me. Well, not technically, but top 10 albums. Modosol and Lovesick Hexology, I kind of blend them together. That's my number one. Good Kid, Mad City, 808s and Heartbreak, To See the Next Part of a Dream, Dead Cities, Red Seas and Lost Ghosts, Long Season, Glitter, Death Consciousness, I Love You by Oyoko, and Nevermind. Artists would be like Nujabes, David Bowie, probably throw Kendrick in there, Marvin Gaye, Prince. I mentioned a lot of them in the earlier part of the video. So Susumu Hirasawa, Susumu Yokota, Paranol, who I didn't know was just one guy until like a month ago. Daft Punk, Uyama Hiroto, Donny Hathaway, Lil Wayne, Wheezy, Ray Charles, one of the greats. As far as bands go, I'm gonna have to look around because some of these might be wrong. Radiohead, Pasteboard, Nirvana, Fishmans, Pink Floyd, Queen, My Bloody Valentine, Slowdive for sure. Slowdive is just so good. Kinoe 64, they are super consistent. Air Formation, 17 years old in Berlin. It's hard to just like narrow it down to 5, to be honest. I gotta redo it and make it more concise. Radwimps are obviously amazing. Plastic Tree, Roly Poly Rag Bear, pretty good. Toei and Polaris, both of those, or it might be Toe. I think it's Toei, the Japanese instrumental rock band. Polaris is just the Japanese duo. They're very niche. Back cover. Master the Fermenting Dregs, also super consistent. Air, they're amazing. Tokyo Shoegazer, Kinoko Tekoku. But yeah, that's pretty much just gonna consolidate all of me and like my ambitions and the things I like, what I am, I guess. If you made it this far, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope that you like me. I don't know. I hope you like the streams, the videos, the content. And I hope I'm where I want to be, I guess. And I don't know. I'm excited. And if I'm watching this on a stream, like years from now, looking back at like this is my first video, then that would be pretty sick. Chat, go fuck yourself. I don't know. That's cool. Yeah, that's gonna be the first.